You're in.
Oh, hi. I'm EDM singer-songwriter Evan Safford, and I'm here to tell you today how my dog saved my life and my career after this.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
I bet you guys are wondering how exactly a dog saved my life and my career, especially if any of y'all knew me a couple years ago and exactly how bad my life and also my career was going at the time. But it's amazing how just this one little animal in my life really did change it so much more for the better. I mean, I wouldn't have thought that she would have made like that big of a difference. And you know what? I might as well bring the bitch on. Let me get her real quick. Precious Lady Gaga. That is her name. I didn't choose it. The name chose it for her. And I got her in April of 2018. And it was a really, really crazy, pivotal time for me because after I had come back from LA, there was a lot of stuff that actually went on that I didn't really go too much into detail in the web series. And one of them was that I really didn't get a solid footing until the end of 2017. So by 2018, I thought everything was going kind of good, but then all of a sudden my business was flipped upside down due to the Trump industry, or the Trump, whatever it's called, that man. Not that I have anything against Trump, this video is not political, but just trying to, just saying, and it really turned my world upside down. And I really didn't know what I was going to do. I went through a really, really bad depression at this time. But so by summer 2018, I was really trying to go down every single avenue that I could as far as trying to figure out exactly what I was going to be doing next. You know what I mean? Because I had all this talent. I had all these, different little, projects, pulling me in so many different directions. But it was at this time that I kind of realized how much I loved, not necessarily not going out anymore, but I loved being home, with my little puppy, which is a completely different, feeling than when I was out in LA, I mean, obviously out in LA, I had a lot of reasons to be out, but out here, I really didn't. So that's when it kind of came to me, the whole idea to create a web series that would ultimately take place and film in my apartment, so I wouldn't really have to go try to find, crazy locations. And that's where the whole idea for Help Hollywood, I'm Trapped in New Mexico took off. And it came to a point where every single time I tried to attempt to do a project, it never went through. Just like some sort of thing was just making it so that I was just not being able to finish shit. So at this point, I finally had a clear vision about why I wanted to do the web series. So that's when I began to start writing it. And I believed that at the time, of course, myself, I don't go after anything unless it is to be the best in it, and not in a cocky way, but in a challenging way. And because I think that that's my purpose, is to do something at the best of my ability. So when it came to doing this web series, my first goal was to achieve the highest honor possible, which is the Emmy Award for Outstanding Short Form Series Actor in a Short Form Series. So ultimately, right away from the start, we started aiming for the stars. And it's crazy because at this time, I had a lot of friends behind me, trying to support me for the project. This was at the end of 2018. And I had this one really good friend who really had my back, who was basically my right arm, And then all of a sudden, one little argument turned into him abandoning me a day before we're supposed to start doing the casting. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. It really did. But I must say that having a little bit of this consistency in my life, knowing that she was going to be there for me, I was able to pick up the pieces really, really quick. And I still continue to begin the whole casting process in the beginning of January 2019. And then by February 2019, I was starting production on my own web series. And so of course I've learned that, she did save my life and she did save my career, but of course she is my weakness. One story that I haven't told at all at this point is a situation that happened last year during the last week before the Emmy submission was due. So as most of you have known by watching my videos, the Emmy submission date was May 6th. So I had to have submitted at least one episode by May 6th, and the editing process was a grueling process with so many different uploads and downloads. And because of the way that I chose to film it, it made it so that it was much more difficult to do. So anyways, it was a nightmare trying to edit it. Now, 4 days before it's due, I have this gentleman come to my house who's kind of a friend of a friend. He comes in to take a shower, you know, and then he comes out of the shower and, you know, he's just kind of just doodling around, and I'm just like, well, can you help me do something, dude? You know, like maybe help me wash my dishes while I, you know, try to edit. And of course, he didn't want to help me at all. So it was like, dude, you got to go. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have time to be sitting over here with someone who's not trying to help or, you know, trying to progress, because these couple of days are really probably the most important of my life because of what I'm trying to do. And like everything up to this point, I'd worked so hard to do, and it was going to mean nothing if I didn't get this editing shit done right and submitted in time. It would mean that I didn't hit my goal, and yet again, I wasn't able to follow through, you know, and I wasn't going to let that happen. So anyways, I do convince the guy to leave. He was wanted by the cops, by the way, for, you know, stealing a car. Anyways, so he ends up just hanging out in my gazebo, and Lady is outside with him. I don't think nothing of it, you know, she's just out there mingling. About 30 minutes go by, I come back out from, you know, taking a shower, and I can't find Lady at all. Yes, the worst thing happened. This man kidnapped my dog on the Friday before my web series was due to be submitted to the Emmy Awards. And it was awful. And I was crying because I knew how much that lady meant to my mom. She meant a lot to me too, but at this point, you know, I was ready to kind of disengage myself from it because I needed to focus on what was important at the time. And my mom was just like, well, you know, what can you do about it, you know? So this person had kidnapped my dog, thankfully within about 3 hours. And of course, the, you know, 3 hours that I was waiting, I wasn't, you know, editing. I was sitting there depressed as, you know, hell. But then I get a call, and sure enough, Lady was found safe, but pregnant. But that's another story. But she was found safe. And, you know, who's to say maybe if that didn't happen, I would have been able to edit the show better, and maybe I would have been nominated for an Emmy. But really, I don't know that, you know. And she has been such an important part of my life that I don't think that it would have been, I wouldn't have wanted to, you know, win the Emmy and then not have, you know, her, you know. I know that sounds kind of fucking stupid. It's like, you can always get a new dog, but what about getting an Emmy, you know what I mean? But, so, this dog really did save my life and my career, and I think the main way she did that is because of the fact that she gave me a reason to be home, and she gave me somebody more than myself to be responsible for. And when it comes, and when it was put into terms like that, for me, I had no other choice but to step up like the man that I am. So, I hope that you guys maybe even, you know, think about getting a dog, you know, maybe, you know, who knows what it'll do for you, you know. I'll tell you what, she is a handful, but this is the most loyal bitch in my life. And I'm not calling her a bitch because I'm disrespectful to women. This is my bitch, Lady Gaga. And really, guys, thank you so much for tuning in with me today. I can't tell you how much it means for every single view that I get from every single one of you guys. It really makes a huge difference in my life, you know. I can't get to where I'm trying to go without you guys. So if you guys like today's video, please subscribe. And if you want to see the actual web series that I actually discussed in this episode today, it's called Help Hollywood. I'm trapped in New Mexico. It also has its own individual YouTube site, so definitely check that out. You know, we have 6 episodes, and my newest song, It Won't Kill Me, and the remix is on all platforms right now, from Spotify to Amazon Music. Everywhere good music is sold. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Evan Safford, and I will see you guys